Hello, Reformers, and welcome back to Gekokujo. Now, when we left off, I had stated that we were going to siege those castles off screen, and we did just that, but as I was waiting at Kyoto, it appears that this, a very large army of Uesugi clan vassals, has decided to launch a very big offensive against us. As you see, they have already taken back Otari Castle. Now, we do have a vassal there apparently doing some kind of siege effort against it. So that is actually pretty good. But we have Nagaoka Castle, which has actually just been taken, but apparently no one decided to defend it, and they just left. Maybe it's the same vassal that's sieging this? That could be what's going on at the moment, but yes, I think in this episode we are... Oh, wow, that actually got taken as well. That's actually not too good. Okay, well, yes, we're going to be doing battle with a lot of Uesugi clan vassals here, and then I am hoping that we will be able to head on either to Kofu or to the northern town, which I cannot pronounce. So, yes, we're just going to be heading on here. We're going to be doing battle with these fellows. There's quite a few of them, so this is going to be rather impressive if we are able to pull this off. Now, we have -1 with this fellow, so I'm sure he's quite happy to do battle with us. Now, we are going to be telling him that we will be vanquishing his entire force. As you see here, we actually have 439. Who joined us? Wow, maybe our vassal actually came out of the mist and helped us out here? Okay, well, we'll see, won't we? Goodness me, who is it? Who do we have? I am not entirely sure, but as you may tell... probably should have showed you my party screen before we entered this. But I do have a Hatamoto-orientated army. So that means any Hatamoto units that we have in our garrison in Kyoto are in our army right now. And unfortunately, I don't have enough of them to be able to fill out our army entirely, so I had to improvise a little bit. And by doing that, I mean getting some elite onabushis, and of course getting some veteran ronin as well to fill things out a little bit. Now, what I've done also is made quite a concerted effort to be, well, a little bit more strategic with our composition, because beforehand it wasn't too strategic. We just sent in our units and hoped they would do a really good job. But in this particular setup that we have here, I have sort of staggered the units a little bit more. So what will happen is most of our strong units will go in the first wave, and then sort of medium tier units in the middle, and then we have the big hitters, the Takata Hatamoto Cavalry, the Hatamoto Guards from the Chosakabe clan, and the Oda Hatamoto Gunners. So we're saving all of our best and brightest units for the very, very final wave, because I think that our initial Hatamoto units should be enough to weaken and maybe even indeed defeat many of the forces that the Uesugi clan has to offer. However, I did, at the siege of Nagaoka Castle, see a huge army, and I mean huge, I mean 1,300 units, doing battle with one of our vassals. Now, I have no idea which vassal it was, because we were, well, let's just say outnumbered so heavily that you can't see on the actual battle evaluation, because it doesn't allow you to, because there are so many names and so many units. So, yes, unfortunately we weren't able to see who it was, but I'm pretty sure that it was someone that we valued quite highly, because it seemed as though they had a rather large army with around 150 units. So, I didn't really want to go in there, because you can imagine that the tactics disadvantage that we would have, the battle disadvantage, shall I say, that would be immense. And I have a feeling that even if we did go in, there would be no way, not in 1,000 years, maybe even 1,000,000 years, we would be able to take those guys on and actually win, unless we had some of our vassals backing us up. So, as a result of that, I have actually made Musashi our strategist for the moment, because I do believe my controversy has risen quite high, and I would like to try and lower that a little bit. So I am going to refrain from being the strategist for now, and we will do a couple of skirmishes here and there. We will try to take as many of their units, and indeed their vassals, prisoner as we can. And there is the first wave of troops we just took out there. So, we are going to be skirmishing in this episode for the most part, and maybe we will be able to head over to Nagaoka Castle and take a look and see where that 1,300 troop force has gone, because it appears that they are not roaming around together. I think they were probably defending Nagaoka Castle, and they decided, oh, let's just head out and take on this vassal. So I headed into the castle and took that, and then I basically ran away and hoped that the 1,300 units would just disperse. But yes, unfortunately enough, it doesn't appear as though that is the case this time around. So at least I took out the 250 units that were in the garrison, so now all we need to deal with is a very minor garrison, unless they have many of the vassals in there still. So that's going to be quite painful if we don't get some good luck. So maybe we'll be in luck, and I am having to remember that my horse is not exactly the hardiest of horses. So let's try to take out some of their gunners instead of their spearmen, shall we? I think that would probably be a good idea. Now, I'm doing something a little bit underhanded here. I'm letting our vassals' units head in first, which I probably shouldn't do. We really need to have an equal partnership in this case, because we are only 2 vassals, and I think if we had 3 or maybe 4 vassals with us right here, then I would feel a little bit differently about it, and I would think, oh, okay, well, let's just let our vassals' units go in there. But seeing as he has no support whatsoever apart from us, I think it would be rather honourable to do our bit in these particular bouts here, and oh no, that's not a good idea. Yes, heading into the huge amounts of spearmen. That's never a good sign, is it? Okay, well, I suppose we are going to be completely fine. Now, do bear in mind that most of the Hatamoto units we currently have are quite ragtag. They are from the Mori clan, they're from the Takeda clan. Oh, wow, okay, so apparently our Hatamoto cavalry has already entered the fray. We have some Shimazu master archers. Oh, actually, never mind, that's our vassals' units right there. It appears that this vassal, whoever it may be, is part of the Shimazu clan, or at least was. So, not bad. Oh yes, I must also mention, while I was at Kyoto, I did accept a couple of pledges from, I believe, 5 different vassals, so they are hopefully going to be roaming around the land and doing their very best to cause mischief wherever they deem it necessary. Now, the unfortunate thing that I'm seeing at the moment is that nearly all of their prisoners are escaping. Yes, actually 95% of them escaped, and we only had 1 successful capture right there, which is really unfortunate, I have to admit. So let's take Hatamoto cavalry, and that will be it. We'll take some veteran Ronin as well, because we do have some of those, as you can see. Now, we could take some of these as well, because they do level up into veteran Ronin, so I suppose that's all good. Now, I won't be taking any prisoners because, as you can probably see here, we really do not need the cash, and I would like to move a little bit faster because I do believe that if you have prisoners in your prisoner's hold, you move a little slower. As far as I'm aware, I seem to remember seeing a comment quite a while ago stating something like that, so thank you very much. And I will be taking your advice now, because we do need to be quite fast if we are going to run away from that 1,300 strong army. So let's be a little bit cautious about that, shall we? Now, we are going to be leaving those items in the item pool. Now, who is it? Ah, it's Lord Hoshi. Ah, well, that's very nice to see you. It's been quite a while since we've had the pleasure of meeting him. Now, as you see, it seems as though Atari Castle has been taken, and then taken back, and then taken back, and it's just swinging back and forth all the time, because Lord Hoshi actually just took it before I arrived in this area, and they then just took it back, I suppose. So that is quite astounding, I have to admit. Now we've just lost Kaizu Castle. Oh, and that's just here. Okay, well, I suppose we could do a little more skirmishing here, because we do have all of these vassals in our sights, so I think it's a good idea to head on in. Yes, that's a quite nice spread of units we have here as well. 204 against the enemy's 171. Now we just need to do our very best, and like no one ever was, and to catch them is my real test. Yes, so we are going to be now heading over this hill here, And we'll see what we can do to catch them all. I mean, destroy them all, of course. Let's do this. So, let's see. We have 27 archers. We only have 96 on the battlefield. They have 110, so I'm a little bit worried about that. And I'm also a bit worried about their musket men, I must admit about that. Okay, well, I suppose the best we can do is put our infantry out the front here. They are brave souls, after all. And... oh, wow. I'm going to be losing a lot of Hatamoto units here if I do this. Okay, well, let's do it. And let's get our cavalry to... no, I don't want them to charge in. I want them to follow me, thank you very much. Now, follow me, cavalry. Let's do this. Now, I'm going to be charging in our infantry before they get pelted to death by the various amounts of musketmen. And then we're going to be heading over here and charging in with our cavalry. Let's do it. Let's take out their archers as best we can. We do need to take out their deadly gunners. Their gunners are no longer useless. There we go. Come on. Take them out. Yes. You must fall before the blade of Shogun Beartilde. That is exactly what we want to see. And it seems as though my tactic seems to be rather successful, although I have not seen the casualty report just yet. Aha. Okay, we've taken out 90 of their units already, and we've only lost 3. Now, ooh, wow. I was a little bit worried about that fellow. I thought, if he gets this shot off, is he going to be able to get a headshot on us? And if he is, will he be able to take us out with it? Wow, that was quite tense, actually. I really thought that maybe we would be facing our doom at the end there, but no such luck for that gunner. We were able to get to him in time, thanks to our speedy horse. And now we will just do battle versus the rest of their units, and I do believe that will be another decisive victory. Now, all we need to do is make sure that we are swift, precise with our weapons, and I might actually use my Naginata in the next bout as well. That would spice things up a little bit. Maybe our bow as well. We haven't used our bow for so long that I'm getting quite rusty with it whenever I do an episode of Gekokujo, so I think I might need to use it a little bit more. So maybe in the next bout we will try that out a little bit. Now, as you see here, we only had 4 wounded units, and we took out all 171 of them. Now, I would love to take some of them prisoner, but it appears that maybe we have fulfilled our quota of captured units, because it appears that we're having great difficulties taking them prisoner, but there we have it. Never mind. Okay, well, we can leave all of the loot, and I will leave all of the prisoners, of course, as well. So, let's take a look here. Kaizu Castle was just taken. Wow, no wonder it was taken by Lord Kunishi. Aha. Okay, well, I'll tell you what. Let's head over to Nagiyoka Castle instead, then. I think that would probably be the way to go. Kaizu Castle is a little bit too powerful for my liking, at least. Now, wow, we can still see all of their tracks. That is impressive. Okay, so, let's see. Ooh, we have a vassal leaving Nagiyoka Castle. Now, I'm pretty sure that they are serving Nagiyoka Castle as their main base. So, if we see a huge amount of... oh. Okay. Not a huge amount of units. So, it appears that maybe one of the towns we need to go for. Okay, first off, we're going to be heading in here, battering down the gates as quickly as we can, and Otari Castle has now been besieged again because we just took that, thanks to Lord Hoshi, as you can see. It is a very back and forth battle for Otari Castle for some reason. Now, we're going to be calling for a meeting with the castle commander, and yes, let's do this. You will be ransomed and your soldiers will live. Thank you very much for surrendering immediately, and there we have it. Took that, no problem at all. Now, what do we want to do with this? Well, seeing as Lord Hoshi was so incredibly helpful, I think we're going to be giving this to him. There we go. Very nice indeed. So, that is now garrisoned with 38 units. We're going to be resting here for some time, just to draw in and lure some of their vassals to potentially attempt a retaliatory siege against us. Aha! We have, oh, Lord Kunishi himself. Well, that is impressive. Now, let's see. This is the army I was talking about. The 1,300 units. Oh my goodness. Okay. How are we going to do this? Okay, let me think for a second. I think what we could do is we could swing round here, engage this fellow, maybe, and then get all of these guys in the same encounter. That would be really, really good. And we are all at 100% HP. None of us are knocked unconscious. So we have a full 209 strength army. Let's do this. Okay, wait, pause. Thank you. So I really wanted to get Lord Kunishi in here, but I suppose if I'm not able to, then so be it. But let's just head into the middle of them, and we will do our very best to take out as... Oh my. Okay, I don't know whether I wanted that many, but I suppose it will be fine. Cross fingers, yes. 209 of our troops against 381 of theirs. Take the field, units. Let us do this. Okay, they have a massive battle advantage as well. Oh my goodness. Okay, this is not going to work out too well if they have a lot of cavalry, but if they don't, then I think we will have a good chance. We only have 19 archers. I may have needed to get a couple more of those. That might have been a good idea, but I suppose, what can you do now, eh? We are in the battlefield, and we're just going to have to do as best as we can to pull off a decisive victory. Maybe not even a decisive one. It might be a close one this time around, considering we don't have Lord Hoshi's assistance. So let's get our archers as close as we can get them without putting them in jeopardy, and we'll also put our infantry to the front there as well. So let's get our cavalry to follow us once again. I think that tactic was rather effective, so I'm hoping to be able to utilize it again. Now, if I am able... Wow, that's a lot of red units. Look at that. Oh my goodness. Now, if I'm able, I'd like to be able to take out their archers as swiftly as possible, because they are dealing a pretty considerable amount of damage to our infantry at the moment. They are seeing what kind of tactic we are trying to employ, so this is not probably going to work too well. I am going to be sending in our infantry, however, and I will hope that that will distract them enough for us to get behind, and we will charge. Let's charge in... Okay, charge now. Okay, fine. It appears that one of our units was quite anxious to charge straight in there, so yes, we'll just allow him to do just that. Let's take out a couple of the enemy's units with our Naginata here. Oh yeah. Oh my goodness. Okay, this is quite the slaughter, I think. Yes, we've only lost 2 units. They've lost 97. That is quite painful, I have to admit. If that had happened to me, goodness me, that would be insane. Wow. Okay, so, as we see here, 80 units have just come onto the battlefield, and I think we probably want to try to distract them a little bit, because if we do not, then I think our cavalry is going to get separated, divided, and conquered. That's probably not going to work out too well. Oh, yes, as you can see there, I believe that is Kaguya, or George, maybe? Not too sure on that. I think George is actually not even a mounted unit, so hopefully he's not getting himself into too much trouble. We do require his medicinal skills, after all. Oh my goodness. Okay, well, here's them. Oh my goodness, more reinforcements already. Okay, well, we'll do our best. We'll do our very best. Don't kill my horse. My horse has been with me since the beginning. Well, kind of. Oh my goodness. Okay, so we are actually past day 550 now, I do believe. According to the save file, at least. So, not bad, I have to admit, considering we made some pretty good progress. And, oh, wait a minute. Oh, this is not good. My horse is moving very, very slow now. I'm not going to get a lot of speed. I might need to switch to my sword again. Or maybe I can do some bow. Oh, yeah. Let's actually try to do a good job here, shall we? Wow, okay, I've improved the sensitivity of my mouse way too much. Oh my goodness. Oh, wow. It's because... You know why? It's because I used to play on 1280 by 720 resolution, and now I'm playing on 1080p, because obviously I'm recording in 1080p, and I want to have the best possible quality for all of you. But, yes, I used to play on 720p, and that was much smaller. The screen was really small, and as a result, you didn't need a high sensitivity with your mouse to be able to move it fast enough on the screen to click on your party screen, your inventory screen, and all that kind of thing. But yes, now it just seems like I'm rambling on about random things, but yes. That is the reason. I did improve the sensitivity for that, and that's probably why my archery is terrible, because it's just too fast now. But there we have it. What can you do? I do need to navigate the menus most of the time, and I suppose archery is quite a small part of my particular gameplay style at the moment, so, don't really need it too much. It's not required, but it is a rather nice luxury to be able to use at least a little bit effectively. Maybe we'll be able to use it in an upcoming siege, and I'll do a little bit better with that. So let's get our archers on this hill over here. I think it's probably going to give them the best vantage point. And I'm wondering, should we just charge straight on in there? We have 50 infantry units, 26 cavalry, and 33 archers. I don't think so just yet. We're going to be waiting until our archers get over to this vantage spot. I would like to get them over here, in actual fact, because, as you can see, this would be absolutely amazing, because we can see the entire battlefield from here, and I think I'm actually going to get out my bow. I'm going to do some damage. Let's do this. Oh, we took out one, I think. Did we? I'm not too sure. Oh, maybe not. It's falling a little bit short there. Well, let's just see. Oh, I think I hit someone there. Maybe. No, it's not hitting anyone now. Oh, it hit someone, maybe. Oh my goodness. This is like playing roulette, isn't it? Absolutely luck-based right there. Okay, well, maybe. Oh, yes, we hit him in the chest. And we took him out. Oh, that's impressive. Okay, thankfully, I was actually able to do some damage for once with our bow. Yes, only if it's just taking out one unit, I think it's quite the accomplishment considering. And now we just need to get our gunners in the best possible position, move them a little bit forward, just to make sure that all of them have the greatest vantage point. Now, let's try to distract their cavalry as best as I can, and that is obviously a good side effect of charging in by ourselves. Oh no. How dare you! Shogun Beartilde will never die. Well, not at least right now. We are taking out their horses incredibly easily, thanks to our archers. Look at that, they are just pelting them with all kinds of projectiles. Oh my goodness. Okay, now I just need to avoid the enemy's projectiles themselves, and then we will be able to say that we survived the battle of the Uesugi clan versus the Beartilde Shogunate. One of the final battles of the war. Of course, this will not be the last. Oh my. And I believe that is it. Yes, it is. One unit remains between us and victory, and there it is. Victory has been attained, and I think we will be able to take quite a few of the enemy's units prisoner. So let us see how many we took out there. 113, and we lost 11 to death. I think they had a lot of spearmen in that particular group of units. Aha! We are able to take quite a few of them prisoner. Oh, yes. Unfortunately, Kunishi was able to escape. But we did get 2, and 2 is better than nothing. And there it is. We still have Nagaoka Castle. It is under siege, but I don't know by who. I don't actually think anyone is sieging it at that moment, because Lord Kunishi ran away. Well, we defeated him now, but still. Okay, well, there it is. An excellent amount of skirmishing right there. We were able to pull off some very nice victories, and of course, with the assistance of Lord Hoshi, we were able to take out a rather large band of Uesugi vassals. So, I will be ending this episode off here, and next time on Gekokujo, I will be gathering a little more strong units, few more, and then we will be heading on to the northernmost town, and we will see if we will be able to siege it. So, I thank you for watching, and I will see you next time.